All right. So trying something new today, Stu. Do you like trying new things or
I
does it just
do.
depend? It's
It
like,
does depend, but I do.
okay. So I did something different today. I'm totally irrelevant to what we're talking about today, but maybe not. I'll find a way to spin it. Didn't have time this morning, Stu, to do my usual routine at the Unicorn Cafe,
Mm.
where we proudly brew Starbucks coffee sometimes if I have it. Um, didn't have time to mix up my protein drink and make my coffee and jump on my call. So I said to myself, self, what would happen? They make these mocha things at the Starbucks. I don't drink them though because I'm afraid it might make me a little light in the loafers. But I said, and then they've been saying this thing at Starbucks, they'll add like protein to your coffee or something. I said, what would happen if I took my brownie protein powder mix? Don't judge me. The brownie's the best. Um, and mixed it in with my coffee. What do you think happened, Stu?
You loved it.
I spilled it everywhere.
Oh.
But what remained in the cup, because I had to use my little mixer thing,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
and it was too full. But as soon as I took that first magical sip, I was like, "Oh, holy crap, dude!"
Oh.
It was amazing. And so there's a point to this. You know what the point is, Stu?
Hmm. Sometimes in a rush, you can really add value to your mornings.
Hey, that was pretty good. I like that. That was better than what I had. Absolutely. Sometimes you're in a rush, you might try something different and figure out a better way of doing it.
Yeah.
Now, I can imagine that probably peanut butter protein powder in coffee would taste like a skunk's butt. I'm not
Hmm.
really going to risk that one, you know? So I'm going to go with stuff that makes sense. My point, though, is that sometimes you got to try something new, but you also got to understand the main ingredients that you're working with, and it's got to make sense. Now, where am I going with this? Well, Stu,
Yes.
tell me about if I were to come on with you as a new customer, as I did however many years ago,
Mm.
12,
Yeah.
13 years ago.
Yeah.
Okay. If I were to come on as a new customer with you, what does my journey look like with Planet Stew?
Well, first thing we're going to do is assess and,
Okay.
just chat about what you want to do, what you've done, um, where you are physically,
Okay.
how much time you have, how much, equipment you have, and then create a program for you.
Okay. So now that's assuming that I've signed up for one of your coaching programs.
Hmm.
So you don't do that automatically if I just buy a book, right?
No, 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 no.
Okay.
Books are
Okay. So
one-stop shops for most.
you got books. Okay. What else you got?
Uh, Videos,
Okay. You charge.
downloadable ebooks, if you want to count that, and we have courses,
Okay.
and we have a membership
And we have a
program.
membership. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So pretty much Planet Stew, you have a whole bunch of articles too, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay. So we got articles, we got videos, we got ebooks, we got courses, we got coaching, we got membership. Do you have different levels of membership, different levels of coaching?
Yes.
Okay. Give me in a nutshell, what do you got? You got your high
Uh,
level.
yeah, I got a high level. I have a good medium level and a basic level.
Okay.
I don't call it that, but that's basically what it is.
So you got the basic, you got the PT club, and then you got the I'll wake you up in the morning and send you a pretty selfie of myself every morning saying, "Let's get to this." Um if y'all want to see that. If you want to I'm going to let you experience the elite level of Stu Smith. Ready? Okay. This is our interaction. Stu sends a picture that says, "Let's go. It's cold, but get moving." And then I send Stu a picture of my driveway, which I did not run down, but he thought I might. There's me inside working out. There's no way I'm working out outside. And then Stu's like, "Damn, 17 degrees yesterday makes 32 feel balmy. Let's get it done." Um, and then he lets you talk to him or whatever. But
Yeah,
I
sure.
mean, he'll text you for $700 a month.
Uh,
Um,
not quite that much. Yeah.
my point though is that one of the reasons why you are successful is that there's a path for people to follow. There is a there's there's a system. Okay, they might stop at everyone along the way. They might do like I did and just sign up for the highest thing you got instantly or whatever, but there's a path. Now, the easiest way to envision a path is not necessarily as a path. Have you ever climbed a mountain, Stu? Did you ever go to like mountain warfare or anything like that?
No, I wouldn't really consider them mountains. They're more hills, but
Okay.
yeah.
So I'm gonna ask you a question.
Yes.
What is the easiest way to get to the top of a mountain?
One step at a time.
Oh, okay. So one way to get to the top of the mountain is to follow the path all the way from base camp to whatever, and you hire a Sherpa and you have some dude to help you. Maybe you, oh my God, dude, I am going to show you the pinnacle of my drawing ability.
Okay.
Okay. You can hire a billy goat. Okay. That's a goat. You hire a billy goat to help you go up the mountain. Stu,
Yes.
pay attention.
Oh, I
That's
am. I just write
it's a
notes down.
billy goat.
I
Okay.
see. I
This is
see.
the pinnacle of my whiteboarding skills. Okay. One way to do this is to step by step. Okay. Do it yourself. Figure it out. What's another way to get up there?
Helicopter.
Oh, dude, you skipped ahead. You're stealing my
Okay.
thing. You and I've been
Okay.
hanging out way too long. Okay.
Okay.
Um, one way is to take a helicopter. What would be kind of an intermediate step?
Hmm.
It'd probably be like join a group or an expedition, you
Yeah.
know? Okay.
Yeah.
So you got a bunch of people that you're going with. It's safer in numbers. You've all got your stuff. You run out of oxygen bottles and stuff. You can steal one from the guy next to you, whatever. So basically, it's do it yourself, done with you, done for you. I wonder how many people have actually flown a helicopter to the top of Mount Everest, taken their picture, acted like they did it, and then flown off. Okay.
I don't think your helicopter would work up there.
Yeah, probably
Like
too
it's too
thin.
high. Yeah.
Okay. But this is basically what we have just described here is a value ladder. And by the way, one of the easiest ways to go up a mountain is to take the stairs.
Ah,
And there are places in the world where you can do that.
that is
But
true.
if you think about it, okay, how much do these various things cost? Think about this. If you were going to just walk to the top, you're going to buy a goat, train the goat how to carry your crap, and then you're going to walk to the top. This is probably your least expensive option, right?
Hmm.
Because you can make the goat eat anything it finds along the trail. So then the done with you is probably going to cost more. You got to pay for the guide. You got to hang out in base camp. There's a lot more beer involved and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
then the most expensive one is probably going to be the helicopter, right?
Right. That makes sense.
But
Yeah.
which one's going to get you to the top the fastest?
The most expensive.
Right. So you're going to trade time for money.
Right.
Again, this is a value ladder. The path is the same, or excuse me, the result is the same. There's a path, there are choices, but you're either going to trade time or money for the result. Now, with fitness, it's a little different. If I could pay somebody to work out for me, by God, I'd look like Arnold Schwarzenegger from
That'd
1975. Um,
be sweet.
but the point in all of this is that if you don't have a value ladder, then how the hell are you going to give people options to help them get to the top of the mountain?
Mm.
And that's why people struggle with, what do I sell? They're get very inconsistent results. They promote anything and everything that comes their way. The stuff that they offer just feels random. Like, have you ever gotten an email from somebody selling something? You're like, what the hell is this guy selling this for? This doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I'm sure I have. I just specifically I can't think of one right now, but
That's okay. I can't either. That's why I
yeah.
put the onus on you. But but the point in all of this is that you got to have a plan. And that plan isn't just, hey, I'm going to, I'm going to sell stuff and I'm going to do this. And then the plan is the value ladder. The plan of how you're going to build your business is baked into the value ladder. You got to know where you're taking people. You got to know what your offerings are going to be. Now, you don't have to have the whole, as I explained in the masterclass yesterday, you don't have to have it all done today, but you sure better know where you're going and where you're going to be leading people. Right? Right.
Yep.
So, did you ever go on spring break when you were in college? Did you do that in the Naval Academy, or were they had you on too short of a leash?
We were pretty short leash, but I did. Yes, I went
Where'd you go?
home to Florida.
Hmm. Well, everybody else wanted to go to Florida because it
Well,
was warm.
one spring break I went to France.
Oh, excuse me.
Played rugby in a international rugby tournament. A lot
There
of
you
fun.
go.
A lot of fun. We called it the Ugly American Tour.
Okay.
1989. It was a good time.
So 1989. I remember 1989.
Yeah.
Barely.
Yeah.
My point is though, had you ever been to France before?
Nope.
Could you have gotten to France on a boat?
Yeah.
Could you have walked through
Mm,
Greenland? Maybe.
don't know. Don't think so.
Okay.
Wouldn't want to even think about it.
You
Yeah.
flew, right?
Yes. Flew
You
there.
flew and you took a bus.
Yes.
Okay. That's you that's the thing. You basically got there not doing it with your feet. And but you knew how you were going to do it. So, do you have a plan for next year as far as your value ladder? Have you built out a value ladder like around all the stuff you're doing with the never quit mindset stuff?
I have not.
Do you want to? Or
Uh,
would you rather, you're like, nah.
hey, if we're going to walk through a genie,
Uh-huh.
absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So here we go. Dave said, it's a value mountain.
I like that.
Paul says, follow someone else's path. Smart. What's up, C Ray? Vicky's here. Um, okay. So let's do this. Share my screen. So we have something called the value ladder genie. And you and I have talked about this before, but we're going to talk about it now. So why do you think you'd want to have a value ladder based around the mindset stuff as opposed to the workout stuff? Is there other stuff you could talk about with mindset?
Um, yeah, I guess there could be. I,
Okay.
I like, it's just different. I don't know. It is something I coach, so it should be a part of the process, I guess.
Okay. So we're just going to throw in some stuff, and we can use this to help kind of brainstorm as well. So let's use the easy button. Okay.
Okay.
My name is Steve Smith, and I'm a former Navy SEAL. I help people with getting ready to serve in tactical professions such as special operations, firefighter, police, first responder. I also help retired individuals and aging athletes to maintain mobility and also to build and maintain strength levels. One of the most important things I do, however, is to help individuals with their mindset. And so I want to come up with a value ladder that specifically expands on my never quit mindset program that helps people to develop mental resilience and
Um,
good enough.
durability. Durability.
Okay, durability. Okay, so let's hit the easy button. But the thing is, if you don't know where you're going to lead people, you're pretty much just going to meander.
True.
And so, specific product type, mindset training programs. Are we looking for innovative ideas? It shows
Yeah.
innovative. I don't know,
Let's
or
do it.
creative, crazy,
Let's try.
disruptive.
You know what? I've never tried innovative. Let's
Yeah.
try it.
Okay. Hey, your name's Steve Smith.
Mm-hmm.
Hooked on phonics, man. Tactical professionals, focus, mental resilience, and do you want to do mental resilience and physical strength or just mental resilience?
I like that. Let's do that.
Okay. Develop stronger mindset, maintain overall fitness and longevity,
Good.
stay motivated and resilient. These are pretty good. This genie stuff's pretty good, man.
I like that easy button's life changing.
It definitely makes it easy. Remember when we were demoing these and we'd have to spend like 20 minutes or 30 minutes teaching people how to fill out the form?
I know that was I mean, the walkthroughs meant more then, but I will say the walkthrough now is just like, look how easy it is. It's
so
incredible.
so we're going to jump down here to wish number 6, because what this will do is just take all that stuff and generate ideas for an entire value ladder from lead gen all the way through ultra high level, and it'll give you a couple of examples for each one, or a couple suggestions for each one.
Okay.
So it's like, why is it taking so long? Hey, easy there, killer. The easy button filled it out for you. Give it a break. He's typing. So free lead generation, seal. Oh, look at that. Seal your mind. Introduction to mental resilience. Dude, that's a cool little thing. A 30-minute webinar covering the
Yeah.
fundamentals of mental toughness, including techniques used in SEAL training that can help individuals in tactical professions and aging athletes. Include downloadable resources featuring quick exercises to build mental resilience. Dude, you
That's really
kind of
good.
do that stuff now,
Yeah. It's a great title.
but okay, I'm going to sell you on this idea now. Okay, because this is what happens. I get down. Okay, so you have a graduation rate of from buds around 80-90%, right?
Yes.
Okay. And the average success rate is 12% or something like that. I
Yeah,
mean, it's like
yeah. 18 to
15.
20. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, or less. Some
Okay.
classes.
And
Yeah.
there are specific things that you teach these kids. If you just taught that in like 30 minutes, dude, I'm telling you, that could be the ultimate freaking lead gen thing.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, the whole hook is why, I'm just saying that right there would be the kind of thing that you start getting on podcasts. You start getting, I mean, if I know you're a suburban dad in Maryland that wants to just, let me do my thing, Jim, leave me alone. Let's do the podcast. I got stuff to do. But my point though is that right there with that angle could really make stuff take off, because here's the thing. And here's the lesson for all of you who are paying attention. This is important, and I'm learning this. It's one thing for you to do it, It's another thing to prove that you can actually help other people do it.
That's true.
And the reason why Stu has had so much longevity is not because he made it through buds in 1991. I don't
Yeah.
remember. I don't know.
Yeah.
1990, 1991. And not the fact that he was in the SEALs for 8 years. What really gives him credibility is the fact that not only did he do it, but he has helped literally thousands of other people to do that or equally hard things. And so that is the ultimate thing. And I'm going off on a total tangent, but now in the age of AI and the age of all the stuff that's going on and the way the world is right now, the only thing that matters in your marketing is proof.
Yeah.
Proof that not only you can get the result, but you've helped other people get the result, and then explaining stuff in such a way that the people you're trying to sell believe that they can get the result as well. That's what matters. And so that right there, that's, dude, I'm telling you, right there, the stuff that, you're doing all kinds of stuff for free and other things, you're doing your Q&As and everything like that. But if you sat down and focused and said, okay, I'm Stu Smith, I don't brag about myself, but here's the truth. 90% of the dudes that head to buds that have gone through my training graduate, whereas less than 20% of everybody else graduates. Why? Because they're physically ready and they're mentally ready. Today, we're going to talk about why they're mentally ready and how you can apply those that mental toughness to your entire life, no matter how old you are or what you do. And here it is. And you
Nice.
drop the bombs for 30 minutes.
I like
And
it.
you're like, if you want to, so it's basically it's what and why, and then you sell the how. And if
Yep.
you want to build this into your life, I've got the Never Quit Mindset program. Boom. Okay.
Love it.
I'm telling you right now, dude, that thing would crush. I would promote that. I really would. I would promote that to my entire list. And y'all tell us in the comments. I want to see some likes, some whatevers. I want to see, what is that something you would want to see from Stu? Let Stu run his mouth instead of Jim for once. But that right there, that idea right there could change your life and change a whole lot of lives because it's true.
Yeah.
And I would love, I've seen the thing that you do and all the other stuff, but I don't think you've ever sat down and taken it from that approach of why do 90% of these dudes make it?
Yeah.
Okay. And a lot of it, I can tell you from just talking to you, it's why? Because you don't shake and bake them. You explain that, hey, this is a process that you need to be ready. You don't just pass the PT test and decide to head off. You got to build durability. You can't separate the mental from the physical. You've got to learn how to be comfortable being uncomfortable. What does that mean? It means you keep going when you want to stop. You have a plan that you trust is going to work. You don't worry about what the guy next to you is doing, except from the standpoint of how can I help the team? So it's, don't compare yourself to others, compare yourself to where you've been. All of these different things that I've learned from you in bits and pieces, that's the stuff that makes the never quit mindset.
Yeah.
It's the, hey, I want to quit working, but I still have to get this done. You know what? I'm just going to get it done. And that's, again, the what and the why. It would be perfect in that. And then it perfectly leads to, so if you want to build this, if you want to do this, if you want to understand this, you also are going to have to tell a couple of stories, but that's fine. I'm building the whole damn presentation in my mind. But
Yeah.
if you think about that, and I do this all the time with your stuff, but everybody's like, yeah, would love it. Absolutely, for sure, 100%. Um, where did this just come from? It came from us using a tool to kind of start thinking through a value ladder, because you don't have anything like this yet to promote that aspect of your business.
No.
But you really have three aspects of your business that I have seen that have developed over the years. Okay. And that is, you've got the physical stuff. Okay, that's all the PT test stuff, all the tactical this, the whatever. You've got the mobility, which the mobility has kind of shown up over the years as we've all gotten older. And it's like, hey, this really hurts. I feel like, hey, you know what? Maybe we don't have to hit our head against the door every day. Let's take a break today. But the other thing is the mindset.
Yeah.
And you've sniffed around that, you've talked around that, you created finally a book and a thing around that. But this is, if these were spokes on a wheel, okay, that's a little tiny spoke.
Yeah. Okay.
It's not
Yeah.
it's not reaching, but it's just as important. Because I mean, if you think about, and y'all who are listening, back me up or not, but people who work out with you, as I'm getting older, we're just going to be real here, okay? I struggle sometimes with everything that's going on. Like, for the last couple of weeks, I haven't done my whole workout every day. I've gotten something done. So I've got something, you know what I mean? I got that one point mentally where I'm like, okay, I can't do the whole thing, but I know I can at least do this so I can hang even. Like, I'm
Mm-hmm.
still hanging even, but I'm but if you hadn't taught me what you've taught so far about that, I probably wouldn't have worked out at all for the last 3 weeks. And then we'd
Right.
be starting over. And, as we get older, in some ways it gets easier to be mentally tough, but you have different problems. It's weird. It's like you solve one set of problems, but you earn another set of problems that you still have to apply the mental stuff to.
Yeah.
So building out that value ladder of the mindset stuff. I mean, what are some things that we've had to deal with, that we're starting to deal with at this stage of our lives? People around us start getting sick and we got to start taking care of them. And we got stuff with kids, older kids, that we got to think about, our grandkids that are happening. Just we're moving through life with that whole thing of, once you solve one set of problems, you've earned a right to solve another one. It's like, holy shit, give me a break for like a month, you know?
Yeah.
Um, but that mindset is it's like, I got this covered. Okay.
Yeah.
I got this covered now. Okay. Now I need you to teach me this, me as the customer.
Yeah. No, that's good. I like that.
So anyway, and we all need to get good at telling our own story. And not another thing. Okay. Had a conversation with several people over the last couple of weeks. How much of my background should I share? How do I cross over when I'm telling stories and I'm doing stuff? How do I cross over into bragging
Mm.
versus justifying versus edifying, whatever the word is that you're looking for? um, I think that the vast majority of us, the people who are attracted to what we're teaching and what we're doing, are not prone to false self-aggrandizing, being obnoxious. If anything, we err on the side of not sharing the cool stuff that really would make people, oh damn, I didn't know that
Yeah.
type of stuff. you know I mean, like, I know I brag on you way more than you do. Like
Yes.
that baseball bat behind you, you got that baseball bat from a bunch of recruiters that you make look really awesome because they know that guys that come through your pipeline and then come to them are going to graduate. So you make their numbers look awesome. So they get bonuses and you got a baseball bat because you're a heavy hitter. My
I'm a heavy
point
hitter.
though, but you tell the story. Hey, I'm just going to tell you a few things because I want you to understand that what I'm sharing with you is real. You see this? This is the heavy hitter award. Why did I get this? Because recruiters know that the guys that I train mentally and physically are going to make it. And the stuff
Yeah.
that I'm going to teach you is real. You see this paddle? You see this paddle? You see these coins? You see all this stuff? This is because I know how to help people be successful in a very stressful physical and mental environment. And the great news is I'm going to share that with you right now, no matter what business you're in, no matter how old you are, no matter what your sex, your height, your weight, whatever it is, I can share with you those exact same principles, what you need to do and why you need to do it.
Yeah.
And then at the end, I'm gonna tell you how, but you don't
Yeah, I
say
love it.
that.
I love it. No, that's good, man. That's really good.
Um,
I got a good one for it too. I mean, there's a statistic they've been keeping for the last 12 years or so,
uh-huh,
and there's this little strip mall in Glen Burnie, Maryland,
uh-huh,
where the Navy recruiter's office is,
uh-huh.
which is about 6 miles from here.
Mm-hmm.
And it is the number one spec ops recruiter in the nation. That office is,
Yeah. And
and
do they know why?
they know exactly why.
That
Yeah,
dude should be delivering T-bone steaks to your
yeah,
house
yeah,
every freaking week.
yeah. It's really funny. So yeah, I got you, Jim. I think you're exactly right. I think you're exactly right. And how how can we apply all that you just taught me
Uh-huh.
to everybody else listening?
We
Right.
join
So let's make
CopyandContent.AI and
yeah.
show up to the genie hacking training we're doing next week, you and me.
Yes. There you go.
For real though, let's talk about how do we apply this.
Yeah.
Okay. So one thing that we can do, one thing we do is we go through and we design what this looks like. Okay, what does your value ladder look like? And this is giving you some other things, low ticket, mid range, high ticket, all that good stuff. The cool thing is that you already have the gist of that done. So if we just took this one thing, okay, I love that seal your mind thing.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Okay. Um, but that becomes a feeder. And so now we get people on the newsletter, or we get them to buy your book, or we get them to buy the book plus the course. Then we get them to do a one-on-one with you. And that sells them into the group coaching, which sells them into your elite world. Okay. But we're coming at it from a different direction of, instead of it being from the physical side, we're bringing them in from the mental side. But we also know, because we're homies and
Yeah.
been doing this long enough, that the mental and the physical have to go together. You cannot be mentally tough if you are physically weak. You can't. You will not be nearly as mentally tough as you could be if you are physically weak. And if you are physically strong, you are not going to be physically strong without being mentally tough too. They have to go together. I'm not saying you have to be able to do,
Yeah. Yeah.
15, 20 pull-ups at age 58 as I can. You don't have,
Yeah. I
but
got
you
you.
can be a better version. You can be the best version of you. And the mental and the physical go together. They're inseparable. But we're coming at them from the mind thing. And we're using your brand and we're using your accomplishments as proof as to why the hell they should listen to you. Okay? because if I didn't know who you, I mean, it's just a cool dude that works out. I mean, some suburban dad in Maryland that works out and he's a good dude. I like him. He likes dogs, loves his family, can't wait to be a grandpa.
Mm.
Um, we need to play this up a little bit more. We're just
Okay.
coming in at a different angle. But the cool thing is, I mean, you can see this, right?
Oh
And
yeah.
the cool thing is that this, I still believe you should be on more podcasts than you are. All the dudes that you helped, or all the dudes that you're like one half a degree of separation away from, should be having you on and talking about what you've done
Yeah.
and what you know and how it's applicable to the world now. I believe that. If I was your publicist, you'd be on all these different things. Okay. But the problem is you're like me, you don't want to travel. So it's, I'll be on your podcast and we can do it virtually, but I ain't getting on a plane to come down and talk to you in your garage. I'm just not doing it. Um Now if you've got a following of 1 million, yeah, like Sean Ryan, if I could ever go on
Yeah.
Sean Ryan, I'm
I'd
heading to
I'd I'd
Tennessee
drive
to be
there.
on
I'd
Sean
drive
Ryan.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell, I'd drive you there.
Yeah.
This is my handler, Jim. Hey, how you doing, Sean Ryan? Oh,
Let's go
his
shooting.
friend. Can we shoot? Yeah. Um, but anyway, I love that. And it just makes total sense. But thinking about it in this terms, instead of, most people would be like, hey, that'd be a real cool product. Hey, that'd be a real cool product. Let me go do that and sell it. But if you don't know how it fits, if it how it leads to other stuff, how it's a part of this journey, it just turns into this thing that makes stirs up the water for a while and then just nothing happens,
Right.
you know? And that's important. And so you don't have to have everything done before you start doing it, but you sure as hell better know where you're going.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the spring break trip from Maryland to Florida. You all you got to do is make it to 495 to 95, take 95 until you get down to wherever you got to cut, turn left at the boiled peanut sign, and then there's Stu's house on the left. God, I hate boiled peanuts, man. You still like those damn
Woo!
things?
I love those things, man.
Oh
They're a
my God.
delicacy.
Closest thing to boogers that I've ever seen in my life.
Uh-uh.
Mm.
I eat them all day.
Could somebody has to.
Yeah,
Somebody.
I found them in a can at Food Lion. Boiled peanuts in a
Oh,
can, and then I'd reheat them.
oh
So good.
my
So
God.
good. So good.
Gross. You drink pickle juice while you're eating those too?
No, man.
Ugh.
It was so good.
Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Anyway,
I, yeah.
so that, I mean, I've done a lot of talking as usual. I mean, they said when I was little, two things I always remember. My dad's friend said, "Hey, did your kid learn how to whisper in a sawmill?" And then the other thing was, "Wow, your kid's really in love with the sound of his own voice." um, I've talked a
Talkative.
lot, Stu. Kind of
Talkative.
feed
Believe it or
some of
not,
this
Jim,
back to me. What are your thoughts?
remember back in grade school, whenever you get grades for um, how you acted, right,
Uh-huh.
in
Yeah,
school, like
yeah.
what do they call it? I can't remember. But anyway,
Good
it
conduct.
good conduct. Yeah, conduct, I think it was. So mine always was too talkative. So
Really?
I was also a talkative youngster.
Okay.
But I will say this. I love the fact to market the value of what you're bringing, right? To your store, right? To your potential customers and customers. Because one thing I did over Black Friday, Cyber Monday, all that stuff, local Saturday, and I'm doing it, continuing to do it now, is instead of cutting my prices 25% and giving everybody the deal,
Mhm.
I'm showing by using the um, the bundles what a deal looks like, right? So you have a deal that is just a little bit reduced pricing in the bundle, but it's still a good investment for the customer, but it's also not a sellout for you as the um, shop owner to be cutting your prices and then training your customers that, oh, every Black Friday he's going to drop it 25%, so I'll wait until I get my programs then. So now with the bundle, it looks like a Black Friday sale. It
Oh,
looks like my New Year's resolution sale.
yeah,
So you
it's
do
just
that with increased value, or at least describing the value better
we're just focusing on value.
and focusing on it. Yeah.
Focus on the value and bundling stuff together. I mean, have you ever really? I mean, honest to God, I know none of us should go to McDonald's, right? But it's okay to go to Chick-fil-A.
Mhm.
Um, have you ever sat down and added up the individual
Oh,
items
yeah.
on the menu as opposed to what the value
Like,
menu
how much
costs?
do I save by doing
Right.
this?
I don't
And it,
think you save anything.
it's minimal.
They just make it just makes it easier to order. It makes it easier
Yeah.
to understand what you're getting.
Yeah.
And like
I figured it out. It was like 39 cents you save.
more,
No, you
I
save.
added up one time and it was more to get the value menu.
Oh, dang.
The
Maybe that's
value
because it had
menu.
a toy in it.
Hey,
I don't know. Yeah.
don't judge.
Yeah.
But if you were to create the Never Quit Mindset Power Pack,
Mm.
and if it had your book, and if it had your course, and if it had an hour consultation with you, how much does that cost?
I have that, Jim. That's one of my bundles.
I
The
know,
never quit.
I know, Stu. How much does that was like the
Oh,
setup, dude?
I'm sorry. It is. I got it for 397,
Okay. And
and
how much
the
is an hour with you just by itself?
100.
Okay, we need to raise that.
Okay.
How much is the course by itself?
Um, 297,
Okay, and how much is the book?
19
Do
or
they get a
25.
physical book? If they buy that one, do they get a signed copy sent to them?
Yeah, yeah. So that it's like 30.
Okay, so they're
Yeah,
saving 30 or 40 bucks.
right.
But the cool thing is that I'm going to get a signed copy of Stu's book, personalized to me. I get to spend an hour with the man himself, and I get his course.
Yep. I even threw in the never quit stretching video in there.
Come on.
Yeah, man, that's a good deal. See, that's a good value.
That's awesome value.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong with that. So, yeah, 100%. Value is in the eye of the beholder. But
Yes.
if you don't have a plan for showing value relatively to nobody, if people can see the path, if you can see the path, you act differently and people perceive you differently. That's ultimate. In fact, you don't even have to. It could exist in your mind, and
Mm.
you're coming out with your first thing, but your confidence and your ability to lead people forward is totally different. When you know where you're going, people know if you know where you're going, or if you're just pitching products at them to get them to buy something, to spend money with you. I saw a guy who shall remain nameless, someone who's been selling, I've been aware of for years and years and years and years. Yesterday, I get an email from him pitching a 3-day event, or I guess day before yesterday, I get an email pitching a 3-day event. And I'm like looking at him like, how is this any different than the other crap that he's been doing? And what I realized is that it was no different than any of the crap that he was doing. And it's just a new spin on an old idea. I'm not cutting on it. I'm just saying he's trying a different way to communicate the same thing. Maybe it'll work. Maybe it'll be a runaway success. Maybe it'll be something that nobody pays attention to. But you know what? You don't know until you try. And so, if you know where you're going and what you're going to be teaching people, you put it out there, you see it as feedback. Always operate from the standpoint of I want to give value at all times to the best of my ability. And maybe this will be the angle that'll make it hit.
Yeah.
Don't know. So I did look it up. Somebody else registered the seal your mind thing like back in 2021. Now that doesn't mean you can't use that.
Yeah.
Um, but the principle's the same.
Right.
So cool.
Update. My
Okay.
school has grown 1,000%.
Okay.
I remember when you signed on last week when we were doing the show. I think you were like the second or third uh,
Yeah.
member. Now I got 60,
There you go.
and gonna go live on it on Friday just to test out the live platform that they
Okay.
offer. See
And you
how it
made a
works.
sale.
And I made a sale. Forgot about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, Here's the thing. This is the thing I think is hilarious. All right. And this is where I think we get kind of hung up on. So I'm gonna show you one thing real quick. Um, I'm gonna do a Google Sheet. This is just kind of fun. This is the kind of stuff you do when you have too much time on your hands. Okay.
Yeah.
So, Stu, I want you
Yes.
to think of the power of compounding stuff. So, I'm going to zoom in a little bit. Month one, month two. So, we're going to take this down 12 months, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, if I could operate this. Okay. So, we got 12 months. You made one sale today. I mean, one sale this month.
Right.
Let's say you make two sales next month. So just double your sales. Okay. After 12 months, that would mean, nah, that don't make no sense.
Uh,
Hang on, I did this wrong. Here it is. Everybody kind of know what I'm doing, but okay,
yeah.
times two. But this gets out of control quick. Uh, this is how they pitch you into MLM.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
All right. So at the end of 12 months, 16 sales a month. Okay. No, that don't make what the heck?
A month. I
Hang
mean, that
on.
makes sense, right? Oh,
No.
it should be
This is
8.
what I
There
there you
you
go.
go.
There you go. That see, man. This is why I don't sell a course on Excel.
Yeah.
Um, Look at that. If you could just double your sales every month for 12 months, you'd make 2,000 sales.
Whew.
You'd be making 2,000 sales a month by the end.
That's huge.
Now, you might say there's no way you could make 2,000 sales a month of anything, or that's way beyond. I've done it.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things of just taking the action every single day. But if you're looking at it at month six, oh my God, it sucks. It's not all that great.
Yeah.
But anyway, just something to think about. I mean, from
Growth.
humble beginnings, I mean,
Yeah.
you've told the story, I've told the story. I remember the very first ebook sale I ever made. And I started with one sale, and at the height of when we were really just basically all we were doing was ebooks, it was nothing to have 2 or 3 thousand sales in a month of
Yeah.
ebooks. So it's entirely possible.
Yeah. I remember when I was doing like my first $100 day
Hmm.
in online sales, and I was like, "Holy crap! That's like 30 extra $1,000 in a year," um, and then of course that grew, and then I was like, "Dang,
Yeah, if
yeah,
you look at, I do this all the time. I found this calculator that'll tell you, like, $100 back in, when was that, 2001 or
Yeah.
2002?
Yeah, around there, 2002.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 2002, the equivalent of $100 in 2002 is $180 today.
Really?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah. Thanks, inflation. So call it $200. I don't know anybody who wouldn't want to make an extra couple $100 a day,
Yeah.
you know, and it's
Yeah.
not that hard if you just, if you just bear down and bust it out. I'm telling you, man, this or some derivation on this,
I like that.
I'd change your life in 2026. I'm serious. All
Yeah.
right, everybody. Appreciate you. Have a great one. Join CopyandContent.AI if you're not already. Check out the replay of what we did yesterday. The masterclass was all about offer stacks and value ladders. And next week, Stu and I are going to show you how to hack the process with all the cool genies and stuff we have inside Copy and Content. Appreciate you, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye, everybody.